Morning, y'all. Saturday, March 2nd, about 10 a.m. I'm on my way out into the woods for an overnighter. For whatever reason, the state has decided to to cut all these trees down. So, but it only goes back about maybe 150 yards, and then they didn't go any further. So I'm gonna go back in about 2 miles, roughly mile and a half, mile and 3/4 actually is what it is, where I'm gonna go. That's like the furthest point before I'm into the river. So everything's wet. It snowed Friday into Friday night, and then it rained all night after that, all night last night, which was Friday night. And so everything's pretty wet. But I got a lot of stuff with me, so I think I'm gonna be able to make a decent shelter warm. I have some survival blankets and tarps I have stashed back here, sleeping pads and all. So it should be a decent night, and I will come back on when I get where I'm going and show you what I'm gonna try to do. I'm not sure yet what type of shelter I'm gonna use. Yeah, I just wanted to say too about the trees being cut back there. They did that about, I don't know, maybe a month ago, 5 weeks even, a little more than a month. And they just went in and cut a bunch of those trees out. And then they stopped and took all their equipment out of there and rode. I don't know why they cut them out. I don't know what that's about, but they did. Check this out. Decent fox den. I'm not gonna mess with it too much. He's probably down in there. I don't want to disturb him. There's several of them around this area, back in through there. But I'm going further back in than that. So when I get where I'm going, I'll bring you guys back in and show you what I got going on. So it's 10:34. I'm about a mile in, I guess. I still got about a mile and a quarter to go. Pretty thick back here. The river's flooded and the tide's coming in, and it's very wet too. Fire's gonna be a challenge tonight. There's water on the lens. I don't know whether or not I'm gonna be able to keep a fire all night. I think I will, but it's just gonna be not gonna be the easiest thing. Yeah, you can see the water's already a couple of feet above normal, and the tide's coming in. I don't know if you can see that stuff out there floating, but it's going up right now, so that means the tide's coming in. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty flooded, I think. So I'm getting ready to come up on the last riverside clearing before I go back into the thick stuff over there. And it's actually going away from the river. That's into the marsh. But I always check this area because I've found so many things people leave behind. I found 2 fishing poles with reels. I don't even know how many hooks and sinkers and bobbers and things like that I've found. It's this is clearing right up here. That small one there. That small one there, I actually was fishing there 2 years back. I casted a small earthworm underneath that tree there and hooked into the biggest fish I've ever had on my line. I didn't catch him, but I had him all the way up to the bank. I was looking in his eyes and he was looking in mine. It was a carp, probably weighed about 25, 30 pounds. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't just leave good things down here, they leave their trash down here too. But I'm sure if I look around, I could find hooks and things. There's a snap swivel right there. There's a hook on the tree. Right. Bottle of water. Yeah, right here. Yep, so if a survival situation presented itself, I could get food, but I have food with me. I have all kinds of stuff with me. I don't know if you can see that on my back or not, but I have blankets on blankets, and it's only supposed to go down to 30 tonight, so it's gonna be warm compared to the last few times I've stayed out here. It's been in the 20s. The beaver has been busy. He's tearing it up. He was hitting that cedar tree over there. And I'm hoping he doesn't chop that down. I'm thinking about putting something in between the tree and him that he can't chew through, because it's the only cedar tree left back here. I mean, the only mature one anyway. There's a few young ones over that away. But yeah, that's the only mature one left in this part of the woods. You see it right there. Yeah, it's right here. And yeah, it looks like he's leaving it alone now. I don't know why you'd be chewing up that high. Must be one big beaver. All right, you see there's the river. It's going off of that direction. The marsh is over here, and that's where I'm going. So I'll talk to you guys in a little while. It's too thick back here to keep this in my hand. So it's 11:27. And I'm gonna set up right in this area here. All I gotta do is cut that small willow out, and that'll give me a nice wide open area. First thing I'm gonna do is put together a bed, and then I'll build some type of shelter over it. I'm gonna use space blankets, reflective blankets and whatnot to keep warm tonight. That's my pack over there, and I got my bedroll on the bottom. It's just a wool sweater, extra wool sweater I brought. And in that trash bag over there, I had a tarp and some sleeping pads stashed down here, and this tarp as well. So yeah, I'm gonna clear this area out a little bit. I'll try to get you guys set up somewhere so you can watch me put this thing together. So it's 11:51. Finally got you guys set up where you can see what I'm doing a little bit. I had to clear out a lot of stuff to get you where you are. I'm also very pleased to see that this is a sandy soil, because I've been researching a lot on fire beds, and I'm going to use that tonight inside of my shelter, and I think I have a way to where it's going to be safe, to where I don't have to worry about carbon monoxide and all that. So yeah, I think this might be good. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to be too wet for this or not. Just a cheap folding shovel that my girl bought me, but it comes in handy. I think she paid like 15 bucks for it or something, but it's not a, you know, it's not the quality of a good one, you know, like a military issue or anything, an e-tool, but it does the job. So yeah, I'm gonna dig out a pit right now, 8 inches deep by probably somewhere in the area 3 feet long. All right, so I'll show you where I'm at. It's 12:16, and I got the pit dug out. This is going to be my fire bed right here. That's just an air chamber. I'm going to use this log here to tamp it down, just so it's allows for better airflow. The idea of this thing is, the idea of this thing is to, I'm gonna put these rocks, I'm gonna put these rocks in the bottom too, and any rocks I find over there in the dirt in the bottom, because they'll help hold the heat. So the idea is you build a fire right here on the edge, or actually inside, the way I seem to do it. You build it inside. I've seen it a couple different ways, but to me, the best way looked like you build it inside. So you build a fire in there, you let it burn for about 2 hours, get a nice coal bed going. Then you pull the dirt over it, you let it sit for about an hour, and then it's ready for you to lay on. And it's supposed to be staying warm, you know, 8 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, whatever, we'll see. Because I'm gonna do it tonight. And I'm gonna put some plastic over it, because the first guy I seen that did it was a Native American dude, and he looked like he knew more about it than anyone else I've seen. But he put plastic over it because he said you'll get wet. But my idea is I'm gonna put the plastic over it, but I'm gonna have it all the way outside of my shelter on all edges of the plastic. That way, any fumes or whatever that may be in there will go outside of my shelter as opposed to in my shelter. So it should be safe as far as carbon monoxide and whatnot too. So we will see. But yeah, this is what I'm working with so far. This dirt's super soft, full of stones. I think it's going to be the perfect dirt. It might be a little wet because of all the rain, but it's even, I mean, I don't think that's going to be a problem, because it's pretty sandy and it's not like overly wet. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's wet, but it's not muddy. So it might be okay. So it's 12:42. Got all the rocks in there. Went through pretty good. There's still a few in the dirt, I guess, but I got a decent amount of them out. And so that's going to be what I build my fire on top of. That'll serve two purposes. It'll hold heat, but it'll also allow some ventilation underneath the wood, so that you know, better, hotter, you know, better fire, hotter coals, all that. And I went and got these bricks. That's why I'm kind of out of breath, because they were about 1/8 of a mile away. And I went and I got them, and I'm gonna do a brick floor. And I'm gonna build my bed right here with a brick floor slightly under it, and where I can put my feet. And then I'm not sure whether I'm gonna close that in or just leave it open and maybe do a super shelter. I don't know yet. I'm not 100% sure on the shelter, but you'll see it as I do it, or as I get it done. All right, so it's about right around 1 o'clock, a little after. But I got my floor done. Fire pit's right there, so hopefully the heat will radiate into these bricks. I'm gonna have my bed like right here on this back edge, so that when I sit, I can have my feet down on the bricks. So that should be pretty toasty. And like I say, I'm not sure if I'm gonna close that in or if I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. It's a Dakota pit right now too. So I don't know. We'll see. And I can also use this as a keyhole fire and lay logs that way. I got plenty of room over there to stack wood. I mean, this is going to be a decent site, I think. Even the birds are excited. So yeah, this is looking good so far.